ACAM started this task force, and the task force, its real mission and purpose is to try to change the perception of our industry. And that really affects management companies and managers the most, like this negative perception. It makes all of our jobs a little more difficult, makes hiring harder. Retention is a little bit difficult because people just come at you with all this negativity a lot. It's that 1%, sadly, is what you see. No one is calling you and saying, like, thank you for being such an amazing community manager. Unless you've figured that out, that would be great. We should probably try to, I don't know, tell your secret to the rest of the world so everybody can get that. But with the task force, we kind of split it into, I always mess this up. I want to say it's like 4 different subcommittees. And it's being run by people in the industry. So it is a little difficult because these are all volunteers trying to like start this messaging campaign of like, what we do is important. We have a great job. Our industry is wonderful. Homeowners associations are great. Like, we're going to make everything, I don't know, we're trying to be cheerleaders for ourselves. But the four different subcommittees, one of them is legislative, one of them is recruitment, one of them is education, and then the other is just more of a communication type committee. So how do we get the message with these other subcommittees consistent so that they're each not putting their own messaging out, which is really important. You have to be aligned in everything that you do, right? And I'm so grateful. This was all born out of like a strategic planning session in, I want to say, January 2024. And it was just our board members. And it started with a dumb statement from me that was like, we need an influencer. Our industry needs someone who will be on.
You smile like that's a crazy thing. That is.
It sounds really stupid, but that's how brands get their messages across these days.
That's how things are working today.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we have to be all over social media.
That is not crazy. That is absolutely right. We do need somebody that has reach and influence to be there and ready to respond to these incidents that happen. But the message needs to be collective, and I think many times it's not that difficult to get everybody to agree on what the message is.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be responsible for drafting what they think it should be and getting feedback, and then an approval process goes through before it goes, and that's a lot of work.
It is so much work.
That's a lot of different opinions, and with as many type A personalities that there are in this industry, that's going to be a tough thing to do.
It is it's a really fun problem to try to solve, actually. So it started with that, and the counter to that was like, well, if this influencer person is with another management company, I don't want to post their stuff because I don't want to drive anything over to that other management company's information, and that is actually perfectly reasonable. So we're like, okay, so one person doing this isn't necessarily going to do the job. And it was such a beautiful point in time. Like, the people that are on, or at that point in time that were on the board of directors, you have very different thinkers, and we worked so beautifully together because no one was afraid to like give their own opinion or push back on something that we were trying to, put out into the universe at that point in time. Like, it was just so great. So it evolved over this 2-hour strategic planning session to like, what if we created a task force? What if we
Has that been done?
Yes, the task force is created.
Great.
But it was like, what if we helped build the influencers and we gave them a map, essentially, of like how to do this? Well, in order to do that, we do have to split into these different areas that are important to our industry that all focus on a management company. The goal is to help the management company, not saying that homeowners and board members are not important in this equation, but management companies are the ones that have the hardest time, not necessarily being successful, but like working the issues from the homeowners and the board members. That's the hardest part.
I was going to say that, though, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because we collectively do not want the homeowners and the board members looking at it like, oh, all they
us
do
versus
is
them.
the management Kool-Aid.
Exactly.
The narrative needs to be, we support the management companies and what they do ultimately to support the end user, which is the associations.
That's right.
And the community members. And there may be at times that those are in conflict. And so we need to be very careful about how it's verbalized, how it's presented, what the narrative is, because we are for-profit companies. And that's right. Always align with a
nonprofit association. Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So, there are times that becomes difficult, but the managers, the managers who take this seriously, become really good, they stick in it for a long time. We as the management companies want to compensate them on the level that they deserve, because when you find a really good manager, my gosh, you have
to hold on tight.
And that means compensating them for this very difficult job. The hours are rough. There are times of the year, budget season, snow removal, and at least in our part of the world, right, snow removal is a thing. We expect a lot of these managers, and they feel, one of the biggest complaints that I get when I canvass managers is you feel like you can never shut it off.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's, even on vacation, they feel like they can't disengage, and then they come back and they're backed up, and it's like they can never walk away from it. And because it's a race for the bottom on management contracts.
Is it ever?
Yeah, makes it like these things become very difficult. So what do? We try and make sure that the compensation is there to be able to keep our managers. That's one of the things that our communities that are looking to make a change, one of their first questions is, how long do your managers stay? Right? Well, it's really important that we give them communities that they want to work for, that aren't challenging them with every decision that they make, and making them feel like they're the enemy of the community,
right,
instead of a partner of the association.
Yeah.
Right? So it's incumbent on the management company to try and acknowledge that behavior really quick, put an end to it, or move on from that contract. Because if that community pushes that community manager to leave, then there's how many other communities behind that manager that suffer because of that
one tough association.
That's absolutely right. And unfortunately, there are a collection of those type of associations, and I think a lot of it comes from monetization problems. They have funding issues.
One of the biggest complaints that we would hear, and why we started going down we just need an influencer who will say that this industry is cool and we like to work in it. Management companies are massively undervalued. They're not paid appropriately for the work that they do. You are dealing with $1 million budgets, and you get complaints when someone, when your management fee is $1,500, they freak out at you over that. And it is that, like you said, the race to the bottom. It is a real thing. And then people just start nickeling and diming for other things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of life. Should you be making your money on copies? Is that where your management company is at? Is that really where we're at these days? We're going to do all Schedule B type admin billing back to the association. All of that is important because you do need to recoup what the association costs you. But that has started to happen, and you're losing sight of the actual work that the management company is doing, which is keeping the value of the association up, and the homes in that association up, and someone's biggest investment in their life up. That is the real purpose. And people forget that is why the HOA exists in
general. If we could fix the economics of management, where
exactly
for those management companies out there that choose to give their people 12, 15 associations.
Right.
I object to that primarily because I've done the work and I know how impossible
it's impossible.
That is, right?
I had 8 and I was suffering.
So when a community is expecting a certain level of service, and that the community manager has the time to make sure that the vendor bids come in the right way and do all the things that is supposed to be done, then the community has to value that relationship at the dollar amount it takes to compensate somebody who's effective enough
to do a good job. Like, do you expect someone, let's say that they only made money off of that management fee, $1,500 a month. No one survives on $1,500 a month or $2,000 a month. Not in this world anymore. That's just not realistic. So how like part of that task force conversation, it evolved because like on the Tuesday talks for ACAM, which are just like management companies, they don't cost anything. Like management company executives from all over the country, they can show up and they can air their grievances to their peers and try to get some answers to some of their own issues. That's really what the task force is for. Or I'm sorry, what the Tuesday talk is for.
What's the Tuesday talk?
Okay, so Tuesday talks are literally one Tuesday a month. It is an open forum Zoom meeting. Like it's like a peer group. Anybody can join. You just join on that last Tuesday of the month, and it's only executives. And we'll have like our executive director is like the host of it.
So even if you're not a part of ACAM,
ACAM isn't a membership organization. Anybody can join. Like that's what's beautiful about it. You don't have to like pay fees to be a part of ACAM. It really is just the mind share and the Tuesday talks. That's all that it is. It's really not complicated.
Where do you go to get the link?
It's just the ACAM website. So it's acam-ceo.org.
Great. So if you're an executive of your company and you want to join a bunch of other executives to talk about what's going on in the industry, join that call.
Yes, please. Join the Tuesday talk. It's great.